Okay, I'll create the new file and I'll name it as 2.html. This is 2.html. So now we will see some of the CSS today. I'll start with the style tag. Okay, so I will be putting some style sheet here. So before going to put some style sheet here, so if you see, this is the HTML page, and if you see the two lines of the code at the top of the page, this lines of code is telling it is the version, it is HTML4. So these two lines of the code are present in the HTML4. So we need to see how to make it HTML5. So to make it HTML5, we need to do some changes in this top two lines. I will remove this part of the HTML. So HTML will be simple HTML, and in the top I will remove this part and it will be doc type HTML. So now this will become HTML5. If I change from the previous version to these two new lines, then it is called HTML5. Also, one thing more we have to do, here you will see car set of ISO 8859. So instead of this, we will use following meta tag. So let me change this meta tag to, so it is saying car set of UTF-8. So these three changes, one of this doc HTML, second is this HTML part, and third is this meta car set. These three changes will make this page as HTML5. So I will make this page as HTML5. Now I will create one div and I will give some class, maybe class, I will say my class, and then I will put some content in it. Hello world. Okay, so I created one div. Now we will go to the browser and manipulate something in the browser. So let me open this page in the browser. So this is my hello world. This is my hello world. Since it is a div tag, it is imaginary tag. I will go to the developer tools. And in the developer tools, I will go to the elements. In the elements, I will click the div tag with the class of my class. Once I click the div tag of class my class, I will see the related style sheet associated with this div tag. Since I haven't defined any style sheet, so you will only see the style sheet applied to the div tag and the style sheet applied to this element, that is this div element. This is generic div tag, and if I want to define inline style sheet, I can define it here, element.style. So before adding the style sheet, I will create one class. That is, I will say my class. I will attach one property to the selector, and I'm saying dot my class. I'm starting curly bracket, ending the curly bracket. I'm saving it, and then if I refresh it, if I click the div with my class, you will see another selector has been come up on the right side, and it is called dot my class because I created dot my class here, and it is reflected here in the browser console.log. Now, before writing the actual properties here, I will try to edit here in the browser, and if I am satisfied with the result, then I will copy and paste it here. So before really writing the code here, first I will fix it in the browser, and if I feel satisfied, then I will go and put it here. So let's try to experiment our style sheet here in the browser. So first style sheet which I will put is, for example, height. Before putting the height, I will just give the some border so that you can see how it looks. I will say 1 pixel solid black. So you will see a whole browser is taken up with this black border because it's a div tag. Div tag is a block level element. It takes whole of the browser's width. Since I haven't given any width to this div tag, it takes the whole of the width. So let's try to give some width. I will say width of 500 pixels, for example. So as soon as I say 500 pixels, the width decreases to 500 pixels. So now I can see the border is reduced to 500 pixels. Let's give some height also. So let me give height of 200 pixels. So as soon as I give 200 pixel height, it takes the height and respective width. Now look here what happens. I bring my browser close. As soon as I reach the div tag, the div tag is hiding inside the browser. Are you able to see this?
Yes.
Okay, so width is actually hiding the browser because width is 500 pixel and though browser is reduced, but width remains 500 pixel. So it does not decreases, width does not decreases. As soon as I increase the browser width, I can see whole of my div tag. But when I go inside the div tag, I am not able to see the whole div tag because the width of the div tag is 500 pixel. Okay, so now with CS5, okay, let's copy this thing first. Let me copy all this. I will say Control C and I will put it here. So this is my class. So now with the CS3, I can specify, I will create another class called as my class 2, and here I will say same thing, border will be same. Instead of giving the width, I will mention max width. So what I'm saying, maximum width, and here I'm saying 500 pixel. I'm creating another div so that you can see the difference between the two div. So I will give this second div the class of 2, my class 2, and I will give the height to both of them as 200 pixel. Height is 200 pixel, height is 200 pixel. The difference is I give width 500 pixel, which is the CSS normal version, and I added one more width called as max width, which is a 500 pixel. So now we will see what is the difference between the two. I'll go to the browser and I refresh the page. Okay, so now you see two div tags. One is the top one with 500 pixel width, and second one is the bottom one. It is having the maximum width of 500 pixel. Now if I reduce it, you see the difference between the two. So if I reduce the size of the browser, you will see the top div is hidden because its size is 500, and when I reduce the size of the browser less than 500, I'm not able to see the right border of my top div. But with the bottom div, I am able to see the right margin, right border of the div. See, as soon as I go as minimum as I go, I can still be able to see the right border. The reason is that I mention minimum width for the second div, maximum width. So maximum width will give it to 500 pixel, but when we try to reduce the size of the browser, it takes the browser size, not the width which we specify. So it's adjusting its width based on the browser. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the difference. So this is the difference between width and max width. There is also the concept of minimum width. So if I put minimum width of, for example, 300 pixel in the second div, I put minimum width of 300 pixel. Let's see what will happen now. I will try to reduce the size of the browser. Since I am reducing, you are able to see the right border. But as soon as it crosses the 300 pixel, I will show you if it crosses the 300 pixel. If it crosses the 300 pixel, I am not able to see the second div's right side border because we crossed the limit of the 300 pixel. We made the size less than 300 pixel. Previously, if I was not giving minimum width, I was able to see the right border. See, I am able to see the right border. But as soon as I put the minimum width, as soon as I cross the 300 on the minimum side, I am not able to see the right border. But if I increase the width more than 300 pixel, I will be able to see the right border. So if I put minimum width, and if we reduce the size of the browser less than this minimum width, then this minimum width behaves same way as the width. But if we don't put minimum width, we put only the maximum width, then it behaves with a called as normalized way, or we can say if in the mobile the browser size is small and it becomes responsive in the mobile also. So it becomes a responsive style design. So whenever we want to make responsive style design, we should always use the maximum width rather than the width, or we should use maximum height rather than the height. So minimum height, minimum width, maximum width has to be used in all the cases. Previously, we were using width and height, which is replaced by maximum width and maximum height, and minimum width and minimum height. So the exercise which we did here is only working in case of width. You cannot do same thing for the height. You cannot, even if I put minimum height, maximum height, you won't be able to do same kind of exercise for the height. This exercise is only for the width.
Can I apply it to the height?
No, you cannot apply to the height, because height in the mobile, because this is specifically done for the mobile case. In case of height in the mobile, it will scroll down. So we don't need kind of thing, this functionality in the height. Though I can specify maximum height and minimum height, but it will not really affect the behavior. The behavior which you see here is only for the width, because it's responsive. It is in the mobile. For the height, it doesn't need kind of this interface, because it increases user can scroll and user can go down in the mobile. So this feature is only for width.
Okay.
ये दे 1 second, ये भानी को दे। अच्छा ये कंप्यूटर ले इधर इधर अच्छा इधर रखो वेट वेट सरक 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 खोल के दूं ना so did you got it
Yes.
okay so we will be only doing this kind of feature or css only do this kind of functionality in the case of width. In case of height, user can go down and up based on the content we have content we have in the this div tag. So generally this feature is only for maximum height and minimum maximum width and minimum width. Let me copy this text and I will give you in the chat, though you can write down everything what I explained, but I will give you this part in chat maybe if you want to repeat this exercise. So this is all about today's class in the about the maximum width and the width. We will finish this width and height tomorrow by I will give some more examples on the width and height. We will do some more practical examples on the width and height and then we'll finish this width. And we will also start with the padding and margin tomorrow. So is there a way to have the left sidebar extend top to bottom with no spacing? So no spacing means what? Okay, you are saying no spacing in the top also and no spacing in the bottom also like that. Okay, so thing is that you can make the height of 100% and width of you can make the height of 100% and width of whatever 200 pixel or something you can do, and then it will extend from top to bottom. Okay, and you can try that. Otherwise, you just experiment it. Try to put the height of 100% because we can do 100% also, and try to do the width of maybe 200 pixel and see if it works. If it doesn't work, then we will experiment it more on it. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's as a homework you can try putting these two class and try to see the width, how the width is changing. Let's go to the JavaScript part today. 2.html. So let me convert this to HTML5. So I will copy first 3 lines and I will paste it here. I'm making this HTML5 version of the HTML, and I will start with the script tag. So yesterday we saw if condition. So what is the syntax of if condition? I will say if condition and I will put some text here. Maybe I can say console.log hello world. Okay, so if condition becomes true, I can say hello world. Now let's try to understand the condition. Yesterday you were correct in defining the condition when I was saying age equal to 23 and you were able to give the answer 23 correctly. But today we will see multiple conditions. That is, let's say we have var age equal to 23. Now condition is like this. Age is greater than 20 but age is less than 25. I am checking the condition age is greater than 20 and age is less than 25. So if I want to check two conditions, that is this should be also satisfied and this should also be satisfied. Then I use and. And is something we put two ampersand signs. If I put two ampersand sign, that means it is and. So two ampersand sign is called as and. So here I am checking if age is greater than 20 and age is less than 25. So both these conditions should be satisfied. Then only it is true. If any one of them is not satisfied, then it is not true. So tell me if I put this condition whether it is true or false. So if I put this, is it true or false?
True.
True, because we have age greater than 20 and age less than 25. Since age is 23, that means it is greater than 20 and it is less than 25. So this statement is true. Now another case, if I say age greater than 20 and means ampersand, 2 ampersand, age less than 23, whether this is true or false?
False.
False. The reason is it is less than 23, but we have 23. Therefore, this is false. Third case, if age is greater than 20 and age is less than equal to 23, is it true or false?
True. True.
True, because we have age 23 and here condition says age should be greater than 20 and age should be less than or equal to 23. So this is true case. There is another possibility to put or. Or means if I say age is greater than 20 or is something, I will put two pipelines and I will say age greater than 20 or I will say age less than 18. Is it true or false? So here I have to see either of these two conditions should be satisfied. Either this should be true or this should be true. If any one of them is true, then it means it is true. If both are not true, then only it is false. So tell me if this condition is true or false.
True.
True, because this condition satisfies the age. This condition does not satisfy the age, but we need only one of the condition to be satisfied. Let's say if I put some more example. If I say age is greater than 25 or age is less than 35, is it true or false? Is it true or false?
True.
True, because this condition does not satisfy. We have 23, but this condition satisfies because it's saying age should be less than 35 and 23 is less than 35. So this is true. And this is also true. So we have two cases. One is called as and, one is called or. And we put condition here, and if condition is satisfied, we show the console.log. And if condition is not satisfied, we say else. I will say some message. Condition is not satisfied. And here I will say condition is satisfied. So let's test this in the browser. So I will say go to the console log and it's saying condition is satisfied because we have age greater than 20 and age less than 25. Similarly, we can put any of this condition. I can put this condition and I will put it here. And let's say, so it's saying condition is satisfied. Let's take one of the false condition. Let's take this condition as a false. and I will put it here, and it is not satisfied. So if we take any false condition, it will say condition is not satisfied, and if we take true condition, it will say condition is satisfied. So this is something about if condition. We'll write down some more if condition. We can have multiple if condition like this. If age is less than 12, I will say console.log your age is less than 12. I can also put else if conditions, else if, and I will pass different condition. If age is less than 18, so it will say console.log your age is less than 18. Then I will go down more. I will say else if age is less than 30, just console.log your age is less than 30. And finally, I can also say else. Else means all other cases, and all other cases will be, I will say console.log your age is greater or equal to 30. So now if I put here again, I will change the age variable. I will say it is 8. So if it is 8, it will go to here and it will say your age is less than 12. But what if I put here as 15? So whether it will show this and this message, or it will only show this second message?
Both the second and the third one.
All three?
No. Second and the third.
Second and third?
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing is that it will, if condition does not run all the time. So first time if condition gets the correct condition, then it will show this condition, it will not go further. So for example, this is 15. Once it reaches here, age is less than 18, that is 15. Then it will show this part. Once it shows this, it will not again check it. It is done. After showing this, it is done. It will not go to check it again, whether age is also less than 30, whether it's age condition. So it will only end till when it gets first time the correct condition. So after this condition, it will come out of all the if conditions and it will show, let's say I will put here console.log done. So if it is 15, it will only show this part and then it will go to the done. It will not show this part, it will not show this part, and it will not show this part. So I'll show you in the browser. I'll refresh. So it's saying your age is less than 18 and then it's saying done. So that means it is not crossing again. It is not checking again. It is not checking again. It is check only one time whether the condition is satisfied or not.
Okay.
So this is about if-else condition, which we use a lot. So just do this exercise a lot again and again so that we should be able to master this condition. This is same thing is in PHP. Okay. So once you master this JavaScript, you will also be able to do same thing in PHP. Whatever we are doing in JavaScript, 90% things are same in PHP. So once you master the thing in JavaScript, when you will see same thing in PHP, you will realize that, oh yeah, you have done the same thing in JavaScript. So most of the things are same. So today's class is only if conditions, and try to master this if conditions, and we will see more tomorrow by putting the switch case, and we will start with the looping tomorrow. So right now, is there any problem with if condition? Any
No.
doubts on if condition? Okay. One more thing I will do in short. So if I have variable a equal to 2 and I have variable b equal to 3, and if I say console.log a plus b, okay, so what it will give? A plus b. What is the output? 5. Okay, let's see console.log a minus b.
-1.
Okay, let's make this as a 3, this is a 2, so that I don't get negative number. So this one will be
1.
1. Let's try to do this one, console.log. Okay, let's try to increase the number. Let us do this 6 and let's do this 2. So this one will be a plus b will be 8. A minus b will be 4. Let's do a cross b, that is multiply. Multiply the star. So this will be 12, right? Let's do the division. A divide b. Divide come with a slash sign. So what will be the result for this?
3.
3.
3. There is one more thing which you have to remember, that is called console.log 6 or a mod b. It is called percentage sign b. Do you know what will be the result for this? This is called percentage sign, and in language we say mod, mod, a mod b. So what will be the result for this? Do you know what it does?
No.
Okay, so when you divide a by b, that is when you divide 6 by 2, answer is 3. But what is the remainder? When you divide by 2, 6 by 2, answer is 3. What will be the remainder if you do real division?
300.
How much?
300.
3?
100.
Can you type? I am not able to clearly get it. Okay, no, 300 is not this one. So when you divide, let's say you divide 4 divide by 2, answer is 2. But what is the remainder? Do you know what is the meaning of remainder?
Yeah.
What is
0.
0. So if I divide 6 by 2, what is the remainder?
0.
0. So here we will get 0. I'll take another example. If I divide 5 by 2, what is the remainder?
1.
1. So answer will come here 1. So a percent b will give the remainder. So if I give 4 by 2, then remainder is 0. If I give 11 upon 3, what is the remainder?
2.
2. So answer will come 2 here. So always remember this mod sign will give the remainder. Many times we need the remainder, and so this mod sign will give us the remainder. Is it clear about remainder?
Yeah.
Okay. We have some problems on remainder, which we will do soon. So let me do this one. I will give you in the chat. Okay. So now we will move further to our PHP part. Okay, so let's open our PHP. So have you tried the sorting part? Yesterday I told you to do the sorting. Have you practiced this sorting part?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So now we will do this filter. If you see in the filter, we have URL parameter, form variable, cookie, session variable, server variable, and the entered value. So we should understand each of it, what it means. So let me open the notepad. I'll open here notes. So I will. So what things we have to do? We have, again I will see what is the thing I forgot. What are the things we have? Let's take it again. So we have URL parameter. First is URL parameter and the form variable. So it's saying first is URL parameter. Second is form variable. Third is cookie. Fourth is session. Fifth is server variables. Sixth is entered variable. So try to understand the difference between all the six. I have already explained you the form is submitted into two ways. What are the two ways?
Post and get.
Okay, get. So whenever we submit the form using the get, the variables come in the URL. You will be able to see all the variables in the URL. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. So to capture that variable, whatever is in the URL, we use this URL parameter. To capture the URL in the URL, to capture the variables in the URL. So for example, I submit the form with the keyword. So I want to see what is there in the keyword. I use the URL parameter. And in PHP, to access that parameter, we always use $_get and the name of the variable which we submitted. For example, I submitted keyword. So I will say $_get keyword. Anything which we submit in the URL is accessed in the PHP using the get method. It is called get method. It is called URL parameter in English, and it is accessed using the get keyword. So I will create one form. Let's create one form, or let's open this browser .php. I will open it in the Firefox. So you will see this is my browser 2 page. I can pass the parameter in the URL by putting the question mark. I will say keyword, or I can put some different name. Maybe I will say category equal to gigs. I enter it. So whenever I pass the URL with some name value pair, what is the name? Category, and what is the pair value? That is the gigs. I can also pass am keyword equal to XYZ. So here how many variables I am passing? I am passing two variables. One is called category, another is called keyword. So to access this value, that means user has put the gigs in some search form, but I want to access it. So how to access it? I will access it using $_get. So to experiment it, I will create one new file. variables. I will name it as variables.php. And here I will create first form called as get form. And here I will create one form. And here I will make it method as post, no, method as get. And I will create some variables. For example, var1. And I will put the text box. And I will name it as var1. I will create another variable called as var2. And I will create the text box. And I will name it as var2. I will create a submit button. नहीं. So I created two variables. I can create more. Let's create third one for you to better understand the things. I will create this as a var3. Now, if I open this page, if I pass something, for example, first one is many, second one is Kate, third one is Carrie. I created three variables, var1, var2, var3. In first one, I will put my name. In second, Kate, and third, Carrie. If I submit it, you will see I have variable 1 with value of many. I have variable 2 with value of Kate. I have variable 3 with value of Carrie. And I have submit buttons value with the submit button. So whatever form fields are there, and if I submit it, it goes to the, it refreshes the page with the values which I have put in the text, this form. So this is called the get value or URL parameter. URL parameter means anything after question mark, we have key value pair, that is name, value, name, value, name, value, name, value. So in PHP, we can access these variables using the get method. Using get method. In JavaScript, we have always created the variable like this, var x, var y, but not in PHP. PHP we can create directly variable using the $sign, but that is only the local variable. But if we want to access something from the URL, then $sign will not work. If I say echo is to display something. If I say echo $var1, it will not display this variable 1 because this variable 1 is local variable. We want to access whatever is there in the URL. So how to access in the URL? By using the $get word. So I will show you now how I will access these variables. So first I will show you how we can do with Dreamweaver, and then we will see how to do by hand coding. So if I go to bindings panel, I will click plus sign. Since it is the URL parameter, I will click the URL variable. If I am in the URL variable, I can copy the keywords, that is, for example, we have var1. I will create here var1 and I will click OK. So you will see URL var1 is created here. I will again click plus sign. I will say URL variable. What is the another variable here? var2. I will put var2 here and I will click OK. So var2 is created in this panel. I'll again click plus sign and I'll say URL variable. And here I will say var3. So var3 I will put it here. I'll say OK. So we have all the three URL variables which is coming in the URL. Now to display this, I will drag and drop here. So if I drag and drop here, you will see it is calling as $get var1. And if I say echo means display. Display means show what is in the var1. So what will be, it will display. Once I say echo $get var1, what will it display? Whether it will display many or Kate or Carrie.
Only many.
Only many. So let's see it. In the end, we should have semicolon. So whenever we end the PHP statement, we should have semicolon here. So let me refresh the page and you will see what is coming. So it is coming as many. So if I want to display, want to display variable 2, what I'll do, I will go to this URL. I can drag and drop this var 2 and I will place it here. And I have to say echo in front of the variable and semicolon in the end. And if I refresh now, you will see Kate. Now I will put the third variable. I can say echo. Instead of dragging and dropping from this side, I can also type it. I will say $_get var3. Once I say var3, what will it display? What will it display if I say var3? Carry. If I refresh it, it is showing carry. So if n number of variables are coming in this URL, I want to show that variables, I will use this method called as get. Is it clear? Get is clear?
Yeah. So the values of the variables, the data is saved at the browser because it is not locally stored in the PHP, not in MySQL. So it should be stored in a browser.
Yes. So since it is in the URL, that means it is only run in this browser and it is shown from the browser to the user. It is not saved in any database. It is only on this page. Once you lose this page, if I go to another page, once I go to another tab and press variables.php, all is gone. This error is coming because it's asking for variable 3, which is not there. But if I copy and paste all these things again, then I can see that. So it is browser specific. So whenever I put it here, it though PHP is served from the server, but it is only displayed in the browser. Okay, so it is browser specific. It is not saved in any database. It is not there in anywhere. It is only this session. So it is only when this page is loaded. And if we remove this part, variable part, then it is gone. We don't have that variables. These variables only exist till we have this URL. It only occurs for this URL. So tomorrow the person will come and change this many or carry to Rajesh, for example. So variable 3 will come here as Rajesh. So whatever you change here will be reflected in the page.
Yeah.
So that is called get variable. So we have done get variable. This is called URL parameter and it is called get. It is accessed by the get keyword. And in the I can say $_get and I can put the variable name which is coming in the URL. So tomorrow it is name coming. So what I put? Let's say I will say name equal to many. So if I want to display the name, what I will say $_get. Here what I will put?
Name.
Name. Right. So if I put name, I will be able to access the name. Name is many because I passed the name as many. So whatever we put in the URL, I can access it in PHP using $_get. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So let's try to understand now what are the form variables. Form variables are accessed when we submit the form using the method post. We have two ways to submit the form. One is get, one is post. Whenever we submit the form using get, we always use the first method, that is called the URL parameter, and it is called $_get. But whenever we create a form as a post method and we want to access those values, we will use the form variable. And to access the form variable, we use the PHP keyword called as $_post. Since the form is post, we access it using the post. So I can put any the variable name, for example, var1. So if I post something as a var1, I can access it using the $_post var1. So for example, I will save these variables as variables2.php, and here instead of the get method, I will make it post. Since I will make it post, so I have to access these variables var1, var2, var3 using the keyword $_post. So let's try to experiment this in the browser. So okay, it's saying get form. I have to make post form for naming convention. So here if I put, let's say first I will put many, second let's say I put carry, third I put Kate. If I submit it, you will see, since this is the post form, you won't see the variables here in the URL. You will only see that user has put something and it has submitted. Now what user has submitted, how will I know? I will know by a variable called as post. So I will type it as $echo $_post, and I will give the variable name. What is the variable name here?
var1.
var1. So I will put var1 and I will see what is coming. So I will again put it many, carry, Kate, and if I submit it, you will see many because I put var1. If I put $_post var2, then what will be displayed? I will put many, carry, Kate. What will be displayed now if I submit the form? Kate or carry?
Carry.
Carry. Okay, it's showing carry. Now if I put var3 and if I submit many, carry, Kate, what will be displaying if I submit it?
Kate.
Kate. So it is showing Kate. So whenever the form is there with the post value and we submit the form, then we can access each of the variables by using the $_post keyword, that is $_post var1 or var2 or var3 or any variable name which we define it here. So to display the form variable, I use the post var1 or $_post var2 or $_post var3. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Carrie, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so then also if you get you go through the video and if you find any difficulty, just ask me tomorrow. I will show you again the things which you don't understand. Now I will go quickly with this part. If I want to access something in the cookie, do you know what is cookie?
No.
No. Gary, do you know what is cookie?
I think so.
You eat biscuits, right? Cookie. That is a cookie. It is not that cookie.
It's
Okay.
stored in the computer, right?
Okay.
In the
So
web browser.
yeah, in the browser. So I will tell you in detail. Give me some time. So to access the cookie, I use the PHP word called as cookie, and I will put the variable name, for example, var1. So if I want to access the cookie, I can use the $_cookie. I will show you, I will tell you what is exactly the cookie is, but anything which we want to access the cookie, we use the cookie. There is some session thing I will ask you and I will tell you what is session is, but if I want to access the session, I will say session, and I will put the variable name, for example, var1. So anything which is saved in the session can be accessed using $_session. Anything which is which is saved in the cookie can be accessed by the variable $_cookie. Anything which is saved in the server can be accessed using the variable server var1. So if it is get, that is URL parameter, you access by $_get. If it is form variable, you access with $_post. If it is cookie, you access it $_cookie. If it is session, you access with $_session. If it is server, you access it with $_server. And what is the entered value? Entered variable is something a hard-coded value, maybe 23, or anything you put yourself hard-codedly, some values called as buy or sell. Once we see some examples, you will understand more what is the entered value is. I am not concentrating on entered value right now. Let's talk about cookies. So cookie can be accessed with the what variable, what keyword? Cookie can be accessed using $_cookie. Session can be accessed using
$_session.
right. Server variables can be accessed using
$_server.
right. Now, in 2 minutes, I will explain you what is the cookie, what is the session, and what is the server variables. Cookie is saved into the browser only. If I go to the control panel, let's go into the Chrome. If I go to the application in the Chrome, if I go to application in the Chrome, you will see there is a cookies kind of word, cookies. And cookie will have some here name and value. Name will be, for example, XYZ, value will be ABC, anything name and value will be there. Right now it's not there because we have not created it. So, but cookies means here we will be having name and value. To access this name, there will be a lot of variables here in the cookie. To access this cookie, we use $_cookie. So many times, how it is used? So many times the cookie is saved by us only. We save some variables here in the browser, and we can access that variable using the $_cookie. So cookies can be saved in the browser, in the local browser, in the client's machine. We save the cookie and we can access using the $_cookie. And what are the sessions? Sessions are some variables which are stored on the server. PHP is a server language. We store something on the server. So to access those variables, we use $_session. What are the cookie? Cookie are the variables stored on the client's machine, on the browser. To access these values, we use cookie. What are the session? Session are the values which are stored on the server. And to access the values from the server, we use $_session. Now you will ask me what is the use of cookie and session? Have you thought about it? What is the use of cookie and session? Why we create it? Do you know why we create it?
No.
Okay, the reason we create it is, let's say if I go from one page to another page in the PHP, then all the data will be lost. Let's say I have a user registration. I am giving example. I have a user registration. User puts his login name and user puts his password. Okay, user will put username and password. Now, how will I know that user is, let's say user put the login name and password and I checked with the database and I said success. Your username and password is correct. You successfully logged in our site. So I said give this message to the user. But when I go to another page, how will I know that user has put correct login name and password? So if I'm going from one page to another page, I lose the information. I lose the information. Then I go from one page to another page. And to keep the information stored somewhere, we use cookies or session. So let's say user put email and password, and then what happened? We say, okay, you are successfully logged into our website. Then I go to the my account page. Then how will I know that which user to give the information? Because in my account, let's say he said he has earned $1,000. So how will I know that which user has earned $1,000? We know because we save the user information in the session or cookies. And when the user goes to another page, we check if cookie or session exist. If cookie and session exist, we go to the database and with the information user has in the session or cookies, and we display the information based on the session or cookie value. I'll give you one real example. Let's go to meetup.com. Now, how do the meetup.com know that I'm not logged in, so it asks me to log in or sign up? Because there is right now no session and no cookie. If I click login and if I put my information and if I say login, so I am on this page. So login page is gone. Now this is not the login page. This is the home page. But here it's able to see my picture. It's able to see my meetup, and it's able to see all the things which I register. So how does the meetup know that I'm logged in? So it shows my picture because it saves some information in the session, and based on that information it is able to fetch the details. So that information is saved for that session. Let's say my browser is open for 2 hours. So that information will be saved for 2 hours. And it can be, this meetup can know that I am there on the page, and so it can display my information. So there is difference between session and cookies also. Session is browser specific. Session exists till browser is open. Once you close the browser, session is gone. You won't be able to access the session value. But cookie, if you go to the cookie, can be stored for n number of days or years. So if you save the information on cookie, user can be logged in on your site for years together without logging out. But if you use session for the logging, user will be able to log in till the browser is on. Once you close the browser, session is gone and there is no variable exist after that. Is it clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So when you go to the Facebook, you log into the Facebook, Facebook save the information, your email in the cookie or session. So that when you go from, one second. When you go from one page to another page, Facebook knows that you are there in the session or cookie. So Facebook is able to fetch all the information, even you go from one page to another page, from whatever you do. Okay, tell me now, ask the question. What is your question, Kate?
Oh, I thought you asking us what is the information store, cookie or section. So I think it's session.
Okay, so we don't know which site uses session and which site uses cookie. So generally think of that. If you are logged in on particular website, For
Yeah.
example, meetup.com. So in Meetup, I don't see, since 1 month also I am not logged out. Then also I see I am logged in. That means Meetup is using cookies, because you can store the information in the cookie for n number of days.
Okay.
Okay. So if you see if you go to the Facebook, let's say,
It means you can log on a website automatically. You don't need to give
right,
sign up again and again.
right.
So
So
that means it is already stored in the cookies.
right. So if I go to Meetup, let's log out again. See, I will log out again,
Yeah.
and I'll go to login again. So it is saying keep me signed in. Can you see this keep me signed in?
Yeah.
So if I check this, then it will keep it in the cookie.
Cookie.
And if I uncheck it, that means I don't want to be signed in for a long time. As soon as I close browser, it should make me log out. So then it will keep the information in the session. So if I uncheck it, it will keep the information in the session. So when I close the browser, I won't be able to log in unless I put my information again. But if I click this checkbox, that means it's saying keep me signed in. That means it saves the information in the cookie. If it saves the information in the cookie, it can be for years together, and I don't need to log out again. It will be automatically log in.
Yeah.
But when we make the website in Dreamweaver, it always saves the information in the session. If you want to save the information in the cookie, you have to write your custom code. Now we will do this login page, we will do the logout page. At that time, our Dreamweaver always stores the things in the session. It does not save in the cookie. But if we want to make it permanent logged in for the user, we have to change the custom code. We have to write a custom code in the Dreamweaver to use the cookie instead of session. For learning purpose, we will always use the session. Later on, I will show you how to change it to cookie. But right now, just remember that session is most important in the Dreamweaver. So, okay, so to access the URL parameter, we use get. To access the form parameter, we use post. To access the cookie, we use $_cookie. To access the session, we use $_session. To access the server variables, what are the server variables? I will tell you tomorrow. To access the server variables, we use $server. And this is the entered value called as fixed value. So when we go now tomorrow to the record set, we will see what are the URL parameter, and we will not see any of the other things. We will just work on URL parameter for few days. These all values we will do when the time comes, because right now I don't want to confuse you so many things. We will just go with the URL parameter. Try to understand this is the most important thing in the current experiment. Later on, we will do all these things when the time comes. So we will right now only do URL parameter, and I will show you how to use it tomorrow. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So if you want to learn something, let's say I'm going slow as per my pace. If you want to learn something, just email me that topic, what you want to learn. Maybe I will not do tomorrow or day after tomorrow, but after a few days, I will teach you that also which you really want to learn, kind of thing. Because this PHP, HTML, CSS is very big topic. It may take time to complete it. But if you find some difficulty, that let's say for example, you want to do, for example, border. I am just giving an example in CSS. So just email me that you are weak in border and you want to do the border before other things. So I will, in 2-3 days, I will try to accommodate the topics which you want to learn. I may not do tomorrow immediately, but I will find some 2-3 days to show you what you want to really learn. Is that okay?
Yeah. Can we get the text you read about the dollar sign and the
Yes, this one, right?
yeah.
I will give you. So I will go with my pace. I will teach you what I am thinking in my mind.
Yeah.
And if you feel something to be done earlier than what you feel, then you just email me. Okay.
Sure.
So I put
Great.
the text in the chat. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Well,
You got it?
Yeah. Got it.
Okay. That's it for today. See you tomorrow.